Good evening, lovely, beautiful people. Namaste. This is Brownson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Baseball Talk for Monday, April 18th. It's also tax day, so you need to get your taxes done. And if you're like me and you were waiting until the very last second because you owe money to the federal government, the IRS, you need to set up your payment plan. Actually, you probably should have already done that. Probably should have done that today at some point because it's already 6:30 Pacific time. I set up my payment plan today. 6-month payment plan was the longest I could extend it out to keep it free. So that's what I did. So, I'll be paying like $75 to $80 a month. There's no set payment dates, but I have to have it paid in full by October 15th. So I think I can do that. Really kind of stressed out about money right at this current time because I got a lot of bills due currently this month, and I'm trying to save as much money as I possibly can for my big almost week-long trip for my birthday here in about 2 weeks now. Yeah, I'm gonna be 35 in 2 weeks, and I'm tired of I don't have friends. I'm tired of trying to make hope that someone's gonna do something for me for my birthday, surprise me or something. I'm always disappointed. So instead of last year I bought 2 tickets to the Mariners game, hoping that somebody would want to go to a Mariners game for free with me on my birthday, and it didn't happen. So again, just ended up disappointed. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm making plans for me only, and I don't give a shit about if somebody wants to call me on my birthday and be like, hey, we should hang out, blah 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 blah. I'm not doing it this year. Not even going to get my hopes up for it this year. I'm going to town. I got a really exciting trip planned. I'm hoping that it's 6 days total, but one of those days is a travel day, so I'm really losing a day. I only need 5 days, so I'm trying to pack as much experience and fun and adventure into 5 days before I gotta come home. We're going multiple places. It's not just one place, but I'm really excited. And so far it's been an expensive trip. $600 for plane tickets, and I already paid for 1 night of my hotel in my first place. So I just have to pay for the deposits, my other hotel in my second place fully, and another night of hotels in my first place. I should be okay. I do get paid again here in a couple of weeks, but got a lot of bills due right now, and never did get my tax return. State of Oregon is just completely screwing me on that, and I'm going to contact the tax advocate because I cannot even get a hold of the Oregon Department of Revenue, and I don't want to deal with them anyway because I'm so tired of them. I cannot. I want to get out of this state. I'm not even going to file an Oregon tax return next year because they're just going to steal it again anyway. So I'm going to contact the tax advocate. So I spent wasted another day today trying to get a hold of the Department of Revenue and getting absolutely nowhere. So my next day off, business day off, I'm going to contact the tax advocate, and we're going to get this sorted out because I'm tired of it. They've stolen my refund for 8 years in a row now, and the first 5 or 6 was valid because I owed some money, but these last 2 I should have got my tax return for the last 2 years, and they refused to give it to me, making up some bullshit excuses. So it's time to solve that problem, or just go down to Salem and burn the building down. I haven't decided yet. I'm trying to take the reasonable approach here and not let my anger and the anger that I try so hard to contain. I try not to let it out. I'm not gonna let it out to play here. I've been doing a lot of mock drafting for the NFL draft. It's in a couple of weeks, and it's really fun. to take the team like the Jaguars, because they have the number 1 pick, and just trade back, and accumulate like 20 picks, and then a bunch of picks in future drafts, a bunch of really good picks in future drafts. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I did a really awesome draft for my Vikings the other day that I would love to see if it actually comes true. And there was one mock draft. It was one where I wasn't the Vikings, but it was insane because mock draft like had Aiden Hutchinson, who's everyone's number 1 pick, right, falling all the way to 12 to the Vikings. I loved it. It was awesome. I wish I had got a screenshot of it, taking a picture of it, so I could prove the validity of that. But I mean, that's obviously not realistically going to happen, but it's something to hope for. There was, there's a 1 in a 500 billion chance that it can happen. So that'd be pretty cool. Although I'm really excited. The guys I really want the Vikings to get there at 12. Ahmad Gardner would be nice, so I don't think he's going to fall that far. Jordan Davis, the Georgia defensive tackle, I think he'll be there at 12. And George Karlaftis, the defensive end, edge rusher from Purdue. Those are the guys I want them to get. Address that defense with that first round pick. But most likely, Vikings are going to trade back, accumulate more picks, and miss out on the studs at the top. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for the NFL draft. I probably not going to make it down to Vegas for that like I wanted to, just because of the timing. The timing it's like the weekend before I go on my big trip. So yeah, but that was my original plan when I heard the draft was in Vegas this year, was to go down there for this weekend, but it just didn't. It's just not going to work out. I'll watch it one of these days. I'll get out to the draft. Hopefully it's in Seattle sometime, and that'll be a lot easier to get to. But the MLB All-Star Games in Seattle next year. I'm gonna try to get up there for that as well. I'm also gonna try to go to more Mariners games this year, once a month at least. Don't know if I'll make any this first month, but May, June, July, August, September. That's 5. I should be able to make it up there for at least one of those per month going forward. And when I travel to places that have Major League Baseball teams in them, I'm going to try to catch a game there too, because that's a relatively cheap form of entertainment for a couple of hours. And I really enjoy going to baseball games. I'd much rather watch baseball games live in person than on TV. So, yeah. Let's get to it though. This is baseball. 8 minutes in, we're through the first week plus, so it's time to start looking at the analysis and figure out what we're going to do going forward. Some pitchers to stream for tomorrow, Tuesday's games. We've got 3. We've got 3 for you. Starting with Jesus Luzardo. Jesus Luzardo has long been one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. It just didn't work out for him in Oakland because of injuries. And then last year, when he got traded to the Miami Marlins, it was ineffectiveness. But he's off to a really good start this week of the season. With his first start, he got 22 points. I did not write down who these guys are playing. Tomorrow, I meant to do that before I started filming this video. Shoot. I don't want to refilm it. I don't want to restart it because I'm already 9 minutes in. But the 3, we'll just... I'm obviously out of practice. It's been a while since I've done baseball stuff. But Jesus Luzardo is my number 1 streamer for tomorrow. And if he racks up another really good start tomorrow, I think he's someone I'm going to carry moving forward on my roster. He's not going to be in the streamer tier anymore. Another couple of other guys. Josiah Gray, the young pitcher for the Nationals. His start was supposed to be today. Because of weather, it got pushed back to tomorrow. He's facing the Diamondbacks team that's not good, that doesn't scare anybody. Doesn't have a whole lot of good hitters. They should go complete rebuild, but for some reason they aren't. And then Chris Archer of the Twins. Chris Archer, if you remember a few years ago, used to be a really good pitcher. He was one of my favorite guys, fantasy and in real life to watch. And, he's off to He's off to a decent start. He only pitched like 4 innings last week against the Dodgers. Even the Dodgers is a really formidable lineup, and he pitched really well. So you would anticipate another positive start tomorrow against, I think I remember this one. The Twins are playing the Royals, Kansas City tomorrow. Less formidable lineup. They do have some guys that you need to be concerned about, like Whit Merrifield and Salvador Perez, maybe Bobby Witt Jr. But ultimately, I'm trusting Chris Archer at least for one more day tomorrow. Now for some hitters, I got a lot more hitters for you. Some guys who really came out of nowhere. Speaking of guys out of nowhere, if Owen Miller happens to be available in your lineup, he has first base and second base eligibility. He's been incredible so far early on in the year, so he's worth picking up. But he's over the 50% threshold to make this this video. But some other guys, I've got 5 for you. If you need some help at catcher, there's actually a couple of guys who are worth picking up. Sean Murphy above the 50% threshold, but Jonah Heim of Texas is actually the #1 catcher in baseball right now, even though he's only playing he's not even playing full time. He's the #1 catcher, so he's someone to pick up, but you're going to have to carry 2 catchers if you have him. And then Austin Nola of the Padres, really good lineup. Austin Nola is a guy who, if you remember a couple years ago, was pretty good. I think it was more than a couple years ago. The COVID season definitely wasn't good last year. He was dealing with a lot of injuries last year. I think maybe it was the COVID season, but Austin Nola is back on the radar as he's off to a strong start and he's healthy. Another Padre, C.J. Abrams, the young shortstop for the Padres. He is in a platoon right now, but I don't know how much longer that's going to last. I think he's going to be the guy moving forward. He's too talented. I think his talent will win out. And with the Fernando Tatis situation, with him being out for a lengthy period of time, I think not only is C.J. Abrams going to be the shortstop, everyday shortstop here soon, but I also think he's going to remain the shortstop even after Tatis returns. I think Tatis is going to probably be an outfielder primarily when he comes back off the disabled list. C.J. Abrams is a guy you might want to pick up now if you need some infield help, because he's not going to be there later. Another infielder. No, excuse me, I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to assume the H is silent. Taro Estrada of the Giants. He really raked at the end of last season for the Giants, and now he's continued his raking into the early part of this season. He has multi-positional flexibility as well for the Giants. And the Giants, I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year, but they could still be pretty good. And that's a pretty formidable lineup. So Taro Estrada should still have plenty of opportunities to continue to produce. Now for some outfielders, let's start with Andrew McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen is one of those fringe guys who was kind of, right on the cut line for players who were getting drafted regularly. In the final round there, it was basically just about who you preferred, and most people with that last round pick and that backup outfielder are going to take a guy with some upside, right? Andrew McCutchen doesn't really have a whole lot of upside, but with the DH, the designated hitter spot being available in the National League now, Andrew McCutchen should be the primary DH for the Brewers moving forward, and he can still produce pretty well with his bat, and with batting being his only focus, as he's no longer really credible as a regular everyday outfielder. He could provide you some utility value as he is a former MVP and potential future Hall of Famer. And then lastly, Jesus Sanchez, the young rookie for the Marlins. He's really playing outstanding baseball right now, and he has some power. He showcased his power, his ability last year for the Marlins in a brief cup of coffee, but now he is a primary everyday starter for the Marlins, and he is probably going to have a breakout year. He's well on his way so far through the first week and a half. He's another guy you should probably be trying to pick up now if you need some outfield help, because he will not be available later, and there's a lot of upside there for Jesus Sanchez. So that's the video. 15 minutes. I think I did okay with very minimal information. I extended it out to 15 minutes. Give myself a pat on the back. Also, I'd like to announce that I did receive a promotion at my job. So it's basically I got $1 an hour raise, which isn't exactly what I was hoping for, but I will take it because I was already doing the job that I'm now officially doing anyway. So if I get paid a little bit more money to already do that, whatever, it's cool to finally, almost a nice early birthday present for me to get that promotion. And so now I'm the commissary lead. So there's the commissary supervisor, who's the guy who is in charge of the ordering and gets to basically sit on his computer for hours and hours a day. And then there's me, the lead. I'm the one who does the the production side of it. I take care of the freight, making sure it's all there, putting it away, organizing the the day, like who's going to do what, assigning chores for the people, subordinates, and making sure they get their stuff done. I'm the liaison between the commissary, the runners, and the management. I'm basically that. Liaison's a good word for it, I guess. But I'm trying to think of another thing. I'm just in charge of the production, making sure everything is done at the end of the day, and as efficiently as possible, and keeping my runners productive throughout the day. So, yay me. But yes, I'm looking forward to my vacation, and hopefully, I'm not really worried about not having the money to afford the hotels and stuff that are pre-booked. I just want to have money for like food and stuff like that. The kind of the essentials. I don't typically buy a whole lot of stuff. As a tourist, I don't bring like knickknacks or anything to commemorate the trip. It's just basically postcards, and I take pictures to remind myself that I was there. And I always have the memories, So I don't know. Plus, I just really just like to bring minimal baggage because it's so easy to get through TSA when you have one bag. Most airlines offer you the free carry on, or those that don't charge per bag. So it's just easier for me to just bring one bag. I have a nice backpack that can fit about 5 days worth of clothes in, and not a whole lot of space for other stuff. So if I'm going somewhere for 4 or 5 days, there's not a lot of room in there for other stuff or to bring anything back with me. So I guess I could just have it like delivered to my house or something, but there just hasn't really been anything that just like overwhelmed me that I say, oh, I need to bring that back home with me. So the postcards, pictures, the memories, the experience is mostly what I'm after. So yeah, all right, we're gonna end it now. I need to go grocery shopping, get some dinner, get some food, because I have nothing but ice cream in my house, right? Well, that's not true. I have Easter leftovers. What am I talking about? I still need to go grocery shopping though. All right, peace, love, nacho fries. Stay blessed, and good luck with your fantasy baseball seasons, and good luck with everyday life.